You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Well, welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It's your host, Brian Fullerton here, hanging out with you guys. Actually, we are doing a live podcast. We were hanging out with Yusuf over here at Route 1 Industries. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, Brian? It's nice to have you here at Route 1 Industries finally.
I know, man. How we doing?
We're doing great. You know, it's been a great year, and hopefully we're continuing to pound it out. And, you know, the partnership with you it's been phenomenal.
Absolutely. Yeah. So if you guys don't know Yusuf, you guys might be living under a rock, because we just dropped a YouTube video just a couple days ago talking about the new light bar and emergency lights that we installed on my truck, Thunder, and you nailed it out of the park, dude. We're actually literally sitting down. We just got done with the install. Took about, 7.5, 8 hours?
Yep.
You did everything, dude.
Everything.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about your story, your startup story, your guys' shop. I'm actually hanging here in person, like I said. Beautiful storefront, retail space, beautiful bay. And so hang with me here, guys. If you run a lawn and landscape business or any kind of contractor business, look, you guys know how much of a proponent I am about safety, about PPE, about visibility. We've got these big trucks, these big rigs, but somehow, Yusuf, people still seem to get in our blind spots. They still drive behind us when we're plowing snow. All this crazy stuff. And so that's where you come into play in your industry and your business about safety and LED lights. Mm-hmm. So let's do this. We're going to kind of break down your story, get a little bit more information out of you about what Route 1 is and how you got started in the industry. Do this really quick for me. Maybe get these guys up to speed for just a quick minute. What's your background? What are you doing right now? How old are you? How long have you been doing this? And get these guys up to speed.
So I'm currently 25 years old.
Yeah.
And I've been doing this about 6 years now.
Okay.
From the start date, started in college.
Yeah.
And this was my side gig. You know, I was working with my father full time.
Okay.
On the weekends, whenever I got a chance, I was working.
Yeah.
And then pretty much we started doing this online. We seen that there was a market for this.
Yeah.
It's just how we're going to reach the people. So we started selling Craigslist.
Okay.
And then from Craigslist, we found, it started to decline with everything going on.
Yeah.
And so we started doing cold calls.
Okay.
Going to towing companies, going to landscaping companies, construction companies.
Yeah.
Anybody that needed a light, we were trying to sell them a light.
Wow, no kidding.
Yeah. And pretty much from there, we started kind of getting a feedback of what customers wanted.
Okay.
We started narrowing down what kind of lights we're selling.
Yeah.
What type of market we're going to focus on. And landscaping, I met Christian from CNI.
That's it, man. And shout out to Christian.
Yep, shout out to Christian. And he's been pushing our product.
Yeah.
And he's been actually believing in our product.
Absolutely.
He purchases the product.
Yep.
We don't give him nothing for free.
Yep.
He's out there, he's hustling, and he's using our lights, and whatever he's out there putting out, that's what he actually believes.
Well, he turned me on to you guys probably about 2 years ago.
Right.
Because I would see him plowing snow with his Boss, Grandstand Multi-Force. He's got some flashing lights. He's got his Bobcat mowers that've got the LED lights on it. And it just caught my eye on Instagram. So I'm flicking through just like you guys do. And I'm like, what's up with this kid? Who you guys know Christian with CNI. He's a stud. But he's got all these LED lights on all of his equipment. And I come to find that's Route 1. He's always shouting you guys out. And I've had my little emergency light bar on top for about maybe 3 years, but it's just like a little light bar that I bought off on Amazon. It did the trick, it did the job, but I was definitely underutilizing my light bar opportunity here with putting something cool on top, something in the grill, something on the license plate. And so we made this new partnership together for you guys. It is a Brian's 10 partner, so you guys can save 10% on everything through Route 1. But here's what I want to do. I want to hear a little bit more about your guys' startup story. Your wife's actually sitting about 5 feet from us. I know I only brought 2 headsets. I should have got one for her. Maybe, I don't know, sometimes the woman's the business person, so we'll just give her the headset and you guys can, switch out.
That's not a problem, man.
Actually, I was joking with when you were praying earlier. I said, you know what? We'll just give the headset to Serene, and we'll just let her doing all the talking.
Yeah,
she's better at this anyway.
Completely fine with me. She's been here with me the whole journey.
Yeah.
When I started, I just had met her.
Yeah.
And we've just been pounding through. And there's days where, as an entrepreneur, you just want to give up.
Absolutely.
And you're facing difficult people.
Yeah.
You're facing financial situations where,
sure.
Even my parents told me, are you sure you want to sell lights? There's a lot of opportunity out there for you. And, when you believe in something and you just want to do it, you'll do it.
See, here's the cool thing. And I will totally echo what you just said. Like, people make money doing everything, and a lot of people have different passions. And every time I talk to you about lights, you just smile. I don't, I like lights too. Like, we were joking about my truck. I spent a lot of money for the next trim package just to get the stupid LEDs. But to me, they were huge. They were a big investment. It's what I wanted to do.
Yep.
So let's do this. We're going to go into you guys' startup story here in just a quick minute, hear a little bit more about Route 1 and all the different products and services. Little plug for these guys. I know you guys, if you're listening in, maybe you're driving down the road and it might be, maybe it's bright and early in the morning. You might even be listening to this while you're out late night plowing snow. And I want you guys to think about your lights. Think about your LED light bar. How's it doing? Is it giving you some visibility out there? Mine wasn't bad. It just wasn't great. And, you know, it's kind of this average light bar that I had on, that I bought off of Amazon, and it did the trick. But personally, again, Yusuf, I don't know how many times I've been plowing snow and I see somebody in my blind spot, somebody behind me with my rear backup camera, and I'm like, do they not see the lights? Do they not get it? So anyway, which way? Well, let's do this. Let's take a quick minute. We're going to take a sip of water here. I'm going to hear from my show sponsors, and then we're going to hear from Mr. Producer. We're going to kick it over to him, and then we'll get right on back to you guys.
What do you do after you're known as the #1 selling brand of gasoline-powered handheld outdoor power equipment in America? You build a series of professional-grade battery products with the quality and performance you've come to expect from Stihl, but with zero gas and zero exhaust emissions. One battery fits multiple tools for extensive use on a wide range of properties. Visit stihlusa.com to learn more. #1 selling brand is based on syndicated Irwin Bro research of 2009 to 2019 U.S. sales data for the gasoline-powered handheld outdoor power equipment category for commercial landscapers.
Do you wish your contracts looked and read a little more like something a professional would have produced? Of course you do. Hi, it's Marty, and Brian is making available the exact same contract that he uses in his business. Some of you I know are wordsmiths, and you know how to write well, and you've got a lawyer in the family who can look over your contract, but many of you didn't get into lawn care to spend time slaving away at a computer, hoping to produce a contract that clearly communicates and inspires confidence. Let me recommend that you pick up Brian's downloadable commercial contract form. Along with this plug-and-play contract, you're going to get access to a 15-minute explainer video teaching you how to put the form to work in your business. Plus, free updates for the form for life as we continuously make improvements to it. Get started today and take your business to the next level with this commercial contract form waiting on you now at LawEntrepreneurAcademy.com. That's LawEntrepreneurAcademy.com.
Awesome. Well, good deal. We'll always appreciate Marty chiming in and ad-libbing a little bit with all the different sponsors. And guys, we really appreciate them supporting the show. So Yusuf, you said that you've been doing this for 5 years installing lights, but you've been in like the construction industry for a long while.
Right.
You said like you were working since 14, 15 years old, family business, working with your dad.
Right.
So how did that whole story come up again? You said you were helping him haul or ship heavy equipment?
No, so pretty much they run a business where they dismantle heavy construction equipment and they ship it globally.
Wow.
So you can get a Caterpillar 980G.
Yeah.
They'll throw it inside of a container for you.
Really?
Yeah, and so customers were bringing it from all over the Midwest, all over the nation actually, to our yard right here in the Midwest.
Okay.
And my brother was running that gig. And all these trucks come in, and by law, DOT, you got to have oversized load. You got to have the oversized load banner,
okay,
the flags, and you got to have the 360-degree lighting.
Yeah.
Some guys go with a basic beacon.
Okay.
Some guys go all out. And sometimes you need it, especially when, like you said earlier, you got the 18-wheeler, and then you see guys in their blind spot. They don't care, but when you have the flashers, you keep people at a distance from you. You can save yourself from a lawsuit as well.
Yeah.
God forbid somebody hits you and they try to blame you, they didn't see you.
Yep.
So having a right setup is very important. So we gear ourselves towards giving the customer the right setup for their budget, for their needs actually first before their budget.
We're going to talk about that at the end because we have some really good things that we want to present to you guys as just some offers, because we have 3 different, not like a good, better, best, but you have like the just starting out light package, the mid tier, and then you have like the foreman. You know about all this stuff.
Yep.
So we're going to talk about that in a hot minute by the end, because if you guys are looking to upgrade, Yusuf's got some really, really cool products. You guys know me. I'm very protective of my audience. I don't just slap Brian's 10 on somebody because somebody offers a check or anything like that. Quite honestly, I turn a lot of that stuff down. You guys know that, but I've really appreciated these guys filling the gap, because we do need somebody to have lights for our equipment. So what was the story? You said like you had a beacon light, and did it break, or you had to order something?
So yeah, my dad had a triaxle Mac. It was in 1997.
Yeah.
And he had the old rotating lights on there.
Okay.
Broke, and had to go to the truck parts store.
Yeah.
Go in there, and they had just this basic style. They had one style. And I always thought, what if I can sell 3-4 different styles?
Yeah.
Something, okay, you don't like this style, but you like this style, fits that customer's needs. And
sure.
thank God I'm able to do that now.
Yeah.
But overcharged.
Yeah.
But my dad, he doesn't really believe in that stuff.
Yeah.
So I bought it on my own paycheck.
Okay.
Started messing around, had the guys at work help me out. We got it going. And, every time I see that truck, I had a smile on my face. I was proud that I did that.
Yeah.
And going from there, started doing my research. We got our own brand going. And like I said, we started selling online, started doing cold calls, started seeing what the industry's offering and what we can offer. How can we be better than the industry?
Yeah.
What kind of warranties can we offer? What kind of service can we offer?
Yeah.
And it's not really always about the warranty.
Yeah.
Sometimes, a light breaking, just because I can give you a warranty is not really good.
Right.
And it happens.
Yeah.
This is electric.
Things burn out.
Yeah, stuff burns out. Some stuff is, it's defective from the box.
Right.
And we understand that. But that's why, as a small business, I can understand, it's taking the time to install it. It took us 8 hours to install it.
Yep.
And it's a bummer when something goes bad after a while. But we stand behind it.
Absolutely.
And we understand we're not going to give you the hassle of, calling 100 different people, getting transferred from 5-10 people. And
well, that's one thing that I wanted to weigh in on. Like, my light bar came from Amazon, and it came from another company that made it. But I've kind of realized, like, a lot of these light bar companies are in bed together. They all make the same stuff. It's all coming from overseas, or it's like really cheap quality, and they just slap their label on it.
Right.
That's what I've come to realize. But you guys have your own brand of lights that you guys have. You have a lot of stuff that's premium. Can you talk about the light bars? Everybody's like, well, why is this thing $200 or $400?
Right.
And there are differences in light bars.
Yep. So first we always start at the lens of the light.
Okay.
What's the output it's given? Is it a TIR lens, or is it a linear lens? For the ones we installed on you have the almost the TIR lens, which spreads the light, versus the linear, where it's more focused.
Okay.
The lights are sealed different.
Yep.
The 6009 is what you have, has an aluminum body on there. So it's
it was heavy. It was heavy duty.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was banging my ring on it.
Yep.
I was like, dude, this light weighs like a couple of pounds.
And not even that. The sun beaming down on it in the summertime.
Sure.
It doesn't make that lens go yellow.
Okay.
Or fade.
Okay.
It takes away some of the heat on the motherboard. For instance, all the modules are waterproofed by themselves.
Wow.
Each one individually is waterproofed and tested versus dust and everything.
Yeah.
And the light bars, we offer both a magnetic and a permanent mount.
Okay.
It depends on what you want. Like when we were installing yours, we did a permanent mount.
Yeah, on the third brake light.
On the third brake light.
Yeah, because I got the aluminum chassis or whatever.
And some guys I seen in the landscaping industry, they got the box truck. And then some of them, we don't really recommend using a light bar. We recommend using a surface mount, and the reason being is not because of that. They already have a height restriction. You put a light bar on top of it, you can knock it out. If you put it on top in front of the box, box truck, you can't see it from the back. So what's the point? We have to give the customer
different solutions.
The different solutions of what they're the best bang for the buck.
I like it.
Yeah.
So explain to these guys, if they just seen the video, then they know what we're talking a little bit. But some of these guys, they haven't went on YouTube yet. It's been a couple days. So what did we do on my rig? So I had that emergency little 17-inch light bar. It was like $169, $179. It's a good little starter light bar. And you was like, it's not a bad light bar. It's just, it's not what you should be using for a professional contractor.
Right.
So what did we put together on my rig?
We put the 6009 on top.
Okay.
That's the light bar. That's the P series, because that's for the permanent. The M is for the magnetic.
Okay.
In the rear, we put the X-Scope license plate light, which is, as you've seen, was very easy to install.
Super bright.
Just take out the license plate, put the 4 screws back in, and run the wire.
Yep.
In the side emblem where it says F250 on the newer Fords,
yes,
we put the X6 surface mounts in amber and white.
Okay.
And that pretty much, when you have your trailer hooked,
yep,
you lose that X-Scope in the back, but you still gain that. So when you're opening the door, people kind of are cautious when you're getting out of the truck.
Absolutely.
And then up front, we have, in case, somebody doesn't see the light bar, you got the X9T. And the reason why we always like putting grill lights is, let's say you're pulling out of an alley.
Yep.
You're not going to see the light bar. You're going to see the front of the truck first.
Okay.
So that's kind of an idea. There's a lot of ways of mounting lights.
Yeah.
And you really have to think about it. And you can always make it easier for yourself. Come to us, call us, give us a call.
Yeah.
We'll help you out. We want to make it, like I said, perfect mounting spots, easy mounting spots.
Yep.
And that way, you can take it on and off. If let's say you want to sell the truck and take the lights with you, you can do that. So
in the front we have the ones that are in the grill. What are those like? What are those called? Are they like not hideaways, but
surface mounts?
Surface mount
or
lights.
grill lights.
Grill lights.
Grill lights and surface mounts are almost the same way.
They're sweet.
Hideaways go inside of the tail light, headlight. Our hideaways are also actually surface mount. They come with a flange.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we don't really we'll use them on some vehicles, but we usually use them as a tail light.
Okay.
And they come in a kit. So that's our ocular series.
Okay.
They come in they're 2 light heads per 1 kit.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool. You can make them alternate back and forth. We got them in amber and white, and amber and white as well.
What about question I have, and I know a lot of people are going to have, is like install, right? Like, is it DIY? Like, is some of it the stuff that these guys can do with a buddy in a shop for 4 or 5 hours, or do they have to come over here? Where are you guys located, by the way, so these guys know?
We're located in Harvey, Illinois. We're just about a mile and a half north of the 8294 junction, right out coming from the Indiana border.
Yep.
We're about 40 minutes south of Chicago, downtown Chicago, give or take. So we're right here in the Midwest, easy access for anybody coming from the state of Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, Minnesota, Wisconsin.
Ohio, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are 4 hours west of me. It was actually super, like you said, it's a straight shot, just 94, 96, straight west. But what about like installing? If some of these guys, they want to order the light bars on top, magnet mount or permanent mount, do they have to hardwire this stuff in? They have upfitter switches? What's your suggestion on all this?
So magnetic, usually they come with a cigarette plug.
Okay.
So as long as you got a steel body truck, boom, you can throw it up there, run that cable nice and neat down to your cigarette plug.
Okay.
Make sure it's plugged in. If you want to go with a more longer solution, you would go with a permanent mount.
Okay.
You're going to have to run it to a on and off switch.
Okay.
Some vehicles come with the upfitter switch, like your truck did. It came with 6 aux switches.
Yep.
Chevy is starting to make it. Dodge is starting to make it, but that's more for the newer models.
Okay.
We usually install 3/4 inch round surface mounted switches, and they glow up when you turn on, so that way your lights are activated. So you're also not driving around with your lights on.
Okay.
So you don't want to defeat the purpose of lighting and be driving around with your lights on for no reason.
Right.
So that kind of defeats the purpose of it. But for installation wise, it's always kind of good to know your technical skills. Really,
absolutely.
You really want to start. Do you know how to run a circuit?
Yeah.
And we always use, for instance, to get our power, we use an inline fuse.
Okay.
And like you've seen, your truck had the outfitter switches. It had 20 amps coming out from the switch.
Yeah.
But the lights only need around
1.
No more. Yeah. 1. And so we cut it down to 5 amp, just give or take for the voltage drop.
Yeah.
And if you're using your plow, using your dumper body. So you got to really know that stuff. If you know that stuff, you can go from there.
Well, it's funny because when we were looking under the hood and you're like, get the heat gun out and you got these like, what are those rubber caps that close down on them? They mount down.
Oh, the heat shrink tubing.
Heat shrink tube. I had no idea what you were doing. I'm like, Yusuf, what are you doing? And you like explain, you're like, dude, you don't know how to do this? I go, actually, no, bro. And you were like, dude, this is easy. And you're like having fun with it. But this is your hobby. This is your passion. Like this is what you do.
Right.
And I was like, Yusuf, this is why like I pay you good money to go do all this stuff. A lot of these guys listening in, they know that like I'm mechanically inclined with some things and then other things I'm hands off.
And I'm the same way, I got a shop here. I mean, I can change my oil in my my truck here, but I decide to take it to the dealership. It's just I focus more. I want to give my customers what they're paying for and what they want. And so I'm not going to waste my time trying to work on something that I have, I can do it, but I just don't want to do it.
Right.
And so, in doing it, like they said, doing it maybe for 10,000 hours or 10,000 times will make you a professional.
Sure.
And, I want to do it 20,000 times, 30,000 times until I can become the expert at it. You know what I'm saying? And I always try to help my customers out. They have small questions, but I always tell my customers, if you don't know how to do it, try not doing it, because if you burn it out, you can kind of void the warranty on the product, or you can kind of waste your money.
Absolutely.
So try, if you have a local upfitter in your place, near where you're at, go to them.
Okay.
And always make sure that they're protecting the light and your vehicle.
Absolutely.
Your vehicle is a big investment, especially for a lot of landscapers. That's their money. I mean, how are they going to get to the job sites?
Amen.
So,
well, I'm always thinking fall and winter. Again, like it's really late mornings, right? We're not getting out there till 9 or 10 a.m. because it's so dark. And then in the Midwest here, it gets dark at 5 o'clock, 5:30, and it gets dark out. And you go to the dump. When we're dumping leaves or logs or wood or whatever, it's always dark there. And man, people drive around like Crash Bandicoot over there. Little throwback there. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And this other contractors, it's not like some civilian, some mom running around.
Right.
It's like some other contractor just whipping his like 250 around. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, have some courtesy, right?
Yeah.
Well, what about price point and what's like the lay of the land for inventory? What are we looking at for maybe some suggestions for these guys if they wanted to look at a light bar, upgrade from something. They want to invest in something that's a little bit more premium. It's a nice light bar. It's going to last them. Where do they start?
I would start at for the starter pack, we already threw in the 6006 MRP 0.2.
Okay.
That's our upgraded version of the 6006. That starts around 180.
Okay.
And you can work your way up and add surface mounts.
Well, that was my other one anyway.
Yeah.
My other one was $180.
Yeah. So that's and that's a little mini light bar. It's around 10 inches wide.
Okay.
Or you can go up, and if you want to really be fancy,
yeah,
and really want something for the long run, get the 6009.
Okay.
Go with one of those.
Is that the one that I have?
You have the 6009. Yeah.
That thing's a Christmas tree, bro. Like
Yes.
it lights up like crazy.
Yep. And so it's dual colored. It's amber and white, as I showed you.
Yeah.
Or you can run the amber if you just want, or you can run the white alone if you want. Depends on the state you're in.
Yep.
A lot of guys give us, they give us
don't
the
do
boot
white.
for, you can't put amber and white and stuff. Well, you're going to go to jail and it's against the law. Well,
I've never had that happen. So
I never had a police officer pull any of my customers over and tell them you're going to get locked up today for having amber and white.
Yeah.
But it is good to know your local regulations. I'm not telling you ignore it. I'm not telling you run red and blue.
Right. No red and blues.
Yeah.
No greens.
Yeah. So
it's pretty universal.
Yeah. I mean, there's people in some states that are using green.
Yeah.
For snow plowing.
Yeah.
But we don't really carry green here.
Yeah.
We're more of an amber white.
Sure.
Shop. So that's what we're going to supply you with.
And if I got pulled over, I would just change it because you can change the setting.
Yes.
Right?
So what we did for you is we left the wires under there.
Yep.
And we kind of showed you how to do it.
Just tap it.
Yep. Tap it. Change it to what you want.
Yep.
And it's just that easy. And like I said, anytime a customer has a question, they can reach out to us.
Yeah. How can they reach out to you guys? So Instagram for sure.
Instagram for sure.
What's the gram?
The gram is Route 1 Industries.
Yeah. As you say, route or route.
Depends on where you're from. So Christian
it's like the debate.
Yeah, Christian from Sinai says route. We say route.
Yeah.
I say route.
Yeah. Route.
And just FYI, everybody, the reason why we call it Route 1 Industries, we're located on Route 1 in Illinois. So just to clarify that, because people do ask, why are you calling yourself Route 1 Industries?
Yeah.
And the reason why, it actually started as Midwest Strobes.
Yes,
so
that's right.
Right. So that's our lighting brand, but we expanded into more of that since I have the shop. People are asking for more stuff. So people will come in and get a weather guard toolbox.
Yep.
But they want lights on there.
Sure.
They want to get a back rack and they want a mini light bar thrown on top there. So we'll do that for you. You can call us in, schedule an appointment.
Yeah.
Best way to schedule an appointment is to call in.
Okay.
708-825-1003.
And then so if people want to do an install, what should they budget for time? Like a day? Because ours was about a day install.
Right now we're looking at a week out.
Yeah.
And after this, I bet it's going to be 2 weeks, 3 weeks out. So
I love it.
The earlier, the better. Right now, we are in a cram with COVID and everything on stock-wise on some products.
Yep.
So, for instance, the X9T, we just ran out of stock today.
Yeah.
So, but we are, we're looking at getting them in within the next few weeks.
Cool.
Same with the light bars. We're going to have plenty of them in stock.
Yep.
So you don't have to worry about that. But the best thing always to do to schedule is to call in.
Yep.
Set up what you want. Tell us what you want. And you can always reach out to us on email.
Yeah.
info@route1industries.com.
Or on Instagram.
Absolutely. And tell, hey, this is my vehicle. Always give us a picture of your vehicle.
Yeah. That's what I did.
Yep.
That's what I did. Because you were asking, what do I got? I just sent you a bunch of photos. Here's what I got.
Right. And sometimes because we'll tell you, hey, you don't need, so-and-so lights. Just use this one.
Yeah.
And we can save you a couple $100.
Absolutely.
Right off the bat. Or we can tell you, okay, what type of industry you're working in, or what type of, are you in an urban? Are you in a city? Are you in a farm?
Yep.
We take all these questions from you and then we put an account of what you need.
What about price point? So on these different packages, what can somebody expect to spend on their truck to, deck it out? Like Christian, he came in here about 2 weeks ago,
right,
and you hooked him up with sensors and a rear backup camera, lights, the whole deal. His rig looks incredible. If that video hasn't dropped on YouTube, it will any minute. But that was like $3-4 grand.
Yep.
So and he's talked about it. He's public with that.
Yep.
But what's the budget price point for like an average vehicle? Something like what we just did today.
Yeah, average. I mean, just a starter kit, like let's just say 2 grill lights and a hideaways.
Yeah.
You can installed here at our shop is like $780.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you can. That's like $300-$400.
Okay.
Of lights.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you really want to go all out,
yeah,
you're going to spend more than $1,000.
Okay.
Easily.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I mean, I see guys all the time with these like F-250 trucks or $60,000 trucks.
Right.
And they especially for like municipality, it's not uncommon for these guys to spend $2, $3, $4 grand because with insurance and liability and risk and all this other stuff,
right,
it's cheaper for them to spend $4 grand on a truck
than a lawsuit that costs them $100,000, if
or
not
millions.
more, or millions.
Wow.
So it's we do get municipals in here.
Yeah.
We have a local one here. They bought dump trucks. They had a Beacon. They're like, we need more lighting.
Oh yeah.
And we decked them out.
Oh yeah.
We decked them out.
I love watching your guys' Instagram. If you guys haven't, when you guys are done with this track, make sure you guys go to Instagram, check out Route 1 or Route 1. Industries. A lot of fun videos and photos there of their setups and their rigs. Really, really good quality stuff. Again, I've been paying attention to you guys for like 18 months at least, ever since I saw Christian. You guys outfitted his mower. So you guys can do more than just trucks and cars.
We do mowers. We do ATVs. If you got like a farmland.
Yep.
Or if you, for instance, Christian, he does a lot of driveways.
Yep.
So he's not using, his pickup trucks. He's using his ATV, his lawnmower.
Yeah.
So, it's good to be safe from all sides.
I like it.
Small or big.
All right. Well, Yusuf with Route 1. Any parting thoughts or anything you want to leave these guys with your startup story? Because you guys have been in business for 5 years now?
Yep,
right?
6 years.
6 years.
6 years.
Which is awesome, man.
Yep.
You guys, you and your wife are 25. You guys are like young hustler couple. Like it's actually really cool. You've been in the industry, so you know the game, you know the people, you know that it's tough. You know that there's a lot of work that needs to be done with everything we do, and just good vibes. Guys, I'll be honest with you. I've been here since about 9 a.m. this morning. They've hosted me really, really well. They put my name like on this little sign up front. It was actually really cute. And I'm like, why are you guys doing this? They're like, well, you're Brian's Law Maintenance, and I'm like, dude, I'm a nobody. I'm just hanging out. And Yusuf was like, no, dude, like he's like, we really appreciate you. And coming out here from Michigan, but I really appreciate you guys putting the lights on my truck for safety, because you guys that watch the YouTube videos, you guys know I plow that Sherwin-Williams parking lot, and I got 2 large entrances there, and all the time it's on a major tech drive, and there's during a snowstorm, of course, Yusuf, there's the most traffic ever, right?
Right.
People are coming in there, they're sliding around, with their little Camry, and I'm like, there's an 8-inch snowstorm. What are you doing? And they will try to clear out the entrance, right? And these people will just go right in my blind spot, right behind the rear backup cam. I'm like, do you not see the light? Now, okay, maybe it's like a 4-inch snowstorm and there's still like the snow flurries after,
right.
But come on, you should be able to see that light. But now if you
there's
can't,
no excuse.
There's no excuse now, man. Like if I back into you, at least I got a good alibi.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
Yep.
like you were hiding behind there for some dumb reason. But all right, so route1industries.com. If you guys go to the shop section and the store section, there's a tab that Yusuf's wife actually made specific for us. So it's Brian's Law Maintenance. If you guys click into that, there is the what's the 3 packages again?
So we got the starter kit, which is the starter, and then you got the bullseye kit, which is what I recommend to get for everybody.
Yep.
And then there's the foreman kit, which is high up there. And what's nice is, let's say you want to get the starter kit, you want to get that little 6006 light bar.
Yep.
But you want to add 2 more surface mounts. You
Sure.
can. So we're making it as easy as possible for
Yep.
everybody to go. It's convenient. Get on, get off. Your purchase is made. Yep. Your products are shipped out same day or next day.
And if you buy the whole kit, you'll automatically see the 10% added to the package. But if you buy anything a la carte, you got to add the discount code Brian's10.
Brian's10.
So that'll save you guys 10%. It supports us with bringing you guys this content, 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So we really appreciate you guys supporting the show's sponsors, and quite honestly, putting money in these guys' pocket. Let's be honest. Like, don't give that money to Amazon or, some of these cheap LED light bars. I remember watching Sean Spencer on YouTube. He bought like a green light bar, and it was probably like $89. It was some cheapo off of Amazon, and he was telling me, because I said, hey, what happened to the green light bar? I was just inquisitive, and he goes, man, that stupid thing burned out in like 6 months. Wow. I go, what? He goes, man, that thing was a turd. And well, that's not cool. So we got to get him hooked up with some Midwest strobes, some Route 1 light bars. So Yusuf, thank you so much for the time.
Appreciate it, man. And it was a pleasure having you. And just a takeaway from this is just, stay in your own lane. Don't give up. Whatever the matter is, you might be just this close to succeeding.
Amen.
And it's been a hard, route for me. Route 1. So it's been hard. It hasn't been easy. I've had my days where down, where we had no customers, but that didn't stop me from looking at the end goal. And the end goal is just to keep trying.
Amen.
And sometimes you're going to do stuff for free, and don't take that as, that's the way I'm going to live forever.
Amen.
Always look at doing stuff the right way. Be the honest person. And you'll succeed.
As we have a guest on here, Mike Gunn. He says, "Take care of the things that take care of you."
Exactly.
And for a lot of us, that's our people.
Right.
Amen.
And that's when you came here and we had this sign for you. It's just the way we host people out here.
Super cool. I really appreciate that. We've had water, donuts, coffee. We're going to beat ups tonight.
We're going to beat ups tonight.
Christian's buying.
Christian, yeah. I actually got to pay. I don't let nobody pay for me.
No, but Christian, man, he's got the dump truck. He's got the light bars.
Christian's going to kill us. He's waiting on us.
I know, right? We got to get going. So, all right, guys. Well, hey, we're going to kick it back over to Marty with Mr. Producer. Yusuf, again, thank you so much for hosting us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming out, Brian. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. We'll kick it back over to Marty, Mr. Producer. Take it away.
Stay in your lane, bro. I love it. Just in case somebody was cranking a Stihl BR700 blower right beside you as you were trying to listen, you can visit route1industries.com, route1industries.com. See their wide range of LED lights. Something there will definitely fulfill your needs. What are you waiting for? Route1industries.com. I'll certainly link it in the show notes. And remember, save 10 with Brian's 10. Check out all the new product updates when you go to LawnTrepreneurAcademy.com. And please show some love to Stihl for sponsoring today's show.
What do you do after you're known as the #1 selling brand of gasoline-powered handheld outdoor power equipment in America? You build a series of professional-grade battery products with the quality and performance you've come to expect from Stihl, but with zero gas and zero exhaust emissions. One battery fits multiple tools for extensive use on a wide range of properties. Visit stihlusa.com to learn more. #1 selling brand is based on syndicated Irwin Bro research of 2009 to 2019 U.S. sales data for the gasoline-powered handheld outdoor power equipment category for commercial landscapers.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.